Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. Today we're going to take a closer look at Nvidia and some updates impacting the overall semiconductor market, especially those dealing with the AI space. So let's get to it.
I want to thank The Motley Fool for sponsoring this video, and check out fool.com/Jose for the 10 best stocks to buy now. With that link, you get a promotional offer for the subscription service. Now, let's continue with today's episode.
All right, so let's start off with Nvidia. We can see the stock was down roughly 0.6% on today. The first topic I want to take a closer look at is we did get another price target update on Nvidia. TD Cowen adjusted their price target to 165 from 140. In the past few days, we have seen various analysts increase their price target on Nvidia. And if you didn't, I really would recommend watching the video that I released on Saturday. I'm not sure if it was Saturday or Sunday, where it was all the great news that we saw last week. And there you can see a lot of the excitement of various analysts for Nvidia, especially due to their Grace Blackwell platform. And that's the upcoming AI chip for Nvidia. So definitely check it out. And now we continue to see nice bullish trends here for the company. I personally believe if we do see a nice 5 to 10% dip on Nvidia, that could be a nice opportunity, as based on what we're seeing right now, I think Nvidia is going to demolish earnings. Let me know, what are your thoughts right now? Do you see Nvidia having any crazy red days in the next few weeks before earnings, or are we going to stay within this price range? Now, staying here with Nvidia, there is a pretty cool keynote that's going to happen later this week, later this month. Jensen Huang and Mark Zuckerberg to discuss future of graphics and virtual world. So this is going to happen on Monday, July 29th during a public fire chat. And let me just say, I think both Marks, I've been a big bull of Mark Zuckerberg and his push to the AI company for Meta platforms. And if you've watched this channel, you can go back to my videos when we saw that huge Facebook drop when Meta became Meta for the metaverse, and how I mentioned that Mark Zuckerberg had a great mind of really pushing into the AI market and investing into data centers. Obviously, now in 2024, we can see that was the greatest move that Mark Zuckerberg could be, as Facebook Meta Platforms is a huge AI company. So I think it's going to be great to listen to these two, what I would say, revolutionary leaders discuss on what's the next kind of step here for AI and simulations. And as we are familiar, right, one of the big things that Jensen Huang has been talking about in the past has been the robotics market. And that's going to be the robotics market and a lot of mobility robots. It doesn't have to be humanoid robots. It could be all types of robots, from industrial to delivering food and stuff like that. So it's not just humanoid robots, but we know that two important technologies for robotics is artificial intelligence, because that's how they're going to be able to train and learn more tasks and be able to do important things. The second thing is simulation, right? A way to be able to verify that these robots are going to be doing the right thing at the right moment. So I think this is going to be a very interesting keynote, and to have both these visionary leaders, I think it's something that investors should definitely keep a closer eye out. Before we go any further, I do want to say thank you all for the support. My ebook is doing amazing, and here, for those that are not familiar, this is a deep dive into the semiconductor world with this guide that has over 50 public semiconductor companies. The great thing is, if you purchase the book, I will be updating it with more companies in the upcoming weeks, and you will get that free updated version. So check out my website, moresemiinvesting.com. That's more with 2 O's. The link is on the description. But right now, if you do purchase the book, there is 33% off, and I just want to say thank you all for the support. Now, coming back here to Nvidia, one of the things that we saw last week were all these analysts increasing the price target. We talked about it at the beginning of this episode, and one of the main reasons is they were seeing a huge amount of demand for the Blackwell platform. Now we're continuing to see evidence that that is actually very true. There are reports that TSMC is seeing strong 4 nanometer demand, with Nvidia's order up by 25%. Now, this 4 nanometer is what NVIDIA's Blackwell platform architecture GPU is being built on, and NVIDIA has reportedly increased its orders to TSMC by 25%. Originally, this was the chips that were going to go for the GP200, the NVL72, and the NVL36. They have both seen a huge increase in demand. Initially, they were expected to ship a combined of roughly 40,000 units. This figure has now surged to roughly 60,000 units. And they mentioned one of the big growth is the NVL36 accounts for huge growth, making over 50,000 of the units. The NVL36 is selling for roughly $1.8 million. Overall, we can see how NVIDIA is going to continue to dominate the AI space with their GPUs and obviously with the Gray CPU as well. So I'm happy to see more evidence that what we heard from analysts last week had some backings or had some truth behind it. It does seem like Nvidia is going to dominate earnings and probably give us some amazing guidance in the long term of things, right? Maybe in the short term, there might be some weirdness going, but in the long term, I do believe it's very, very bullish for Nvidia. Now, I was kind of just surfing the web and I got hit with an ad that I think it's important. Lambda, which is a huge AI GPU company or a kind of AI cloud and computing company, started to showcase their H200. So we are seeing H200s appear in the wild. So that's great news. We do know that Lambda and Nvidia have a partnership. So they're usually one of the first to get it. So if Lambda is getting it, I think we're going to start to see that coming out through other cloud server providers as well. So I just wanted to bring that up. Next, this one came out last week, I believe on Friday, but SoftBank, and for those that are not familiar, SoftBank owns ARM, which is the huge architecture company. And they recently acquired a company called GraphCore to build the next generation of AI compute. So GraphCore, they built what they call an IPU, which seems to be a processing unit that's really meant for things like inferencing. Nothing too crazy, and we know that's, hey, look, these are targeted for certain applications. I wouldn't put this as a bearish case for Nvidia. What I think SoftBank is trying to do is trying to get a lot of IP so it can make its ARM company even stronger one way or another. So pretty interesting how SoftBank is trying to grow into this AI market. I believe SoftBank had a huge position in Nvidia, and who knows, maybe it's just trying to correct some mistakes that it did by selling out too early on Nvidia. But this is not, in my opinion, something that I would put bearish to Nvidia, but it just showcases that, hey, look, the market is pretty big right now for the AI space, and everybody's trying to get one piece of the pie. Now, after this Nvidia, we're going to talk about AMD. So AMD was down about 1% today. Nothing crazy. The only thing was we did see two price target increases for AMD. The first came out by TD Cowen. They adjusted their price target to $210 from $200. And then we also saw Citigroup, which increased their price target to $210 from 176. So like I mentioned, in AMD, when it was sitting at those 150s, if you were watching those levels, I thought those were attractive. Now 180 is pretty interesting, but this company, in my opinion, could definitely benefit from AI with the MI300, the MI325, the MI350. And as you all know, I am super excited for the MI400, but that's quite a while from here. So AMD definitely has some nice bullish reaction. Earnings should be coming soon, so the market's going to be very volatile, but definitely some great news for overall AMD investors. So I think that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you are enjoying the episode. I hope you are enjoying the channel. Again, thank you all for the support with the ebook. I'll see you all next time, and take care.